Now cow dung cakes, they are also used for combustion in villages or in a rural areas. People use cow dung cakes, but the cow dung cakes has a lot of disadvantages also, as it produces a lot of smoke while burning. But yes, they are still considered as a good fuel because they produce a lot of energy. Wood is another example. Okay, it also produces a lot of energy while burning. Now when we talk about a fuel, how we define the good fuel, how we say that any fuel is a good fuel. So for example, I told you that cow dung cake is also a fuel, but we do not prefer cow dung cake as a good fuel because they produces a lot of smoke. Okay, in the similar way, what are those characteristics which define that any fuel is a good fuel? Whether a fuel is a good fuel or a bad fuel, what are the characteristics of the good fuel? First of all, it should be easily available. Now if that fuel is not available, then means if fuel is not accessible, then how we can use the fuel? Okay, it should be cheap. If it is very expensive, a lot of people will not be able to buy it or will not be able to use it. Okay, burns easily to release heat, because a fuel is something which generate energy. It has to react with oxygen. The easier it react with oxygen, the better it is. So it should burn easily and it should release a large amount of heat. So the larger amount of heat produces a larger energy, and that energy utilized for different purposes in domestic or as a industrial purposes. Okay. Next is does not release undesirable residue behind to cause pollution. Now most of the fuel produces undesirable residue. They produces a lot of energy, but at the same time they produces a lot of undesirable residue with it. They generate a lot of smoke or ashes left behind. So whatever is left behind after combustion is residue. Okay, so there does not leave undesirable residue behind to cause pollution, because residue, if it is harmful, then it is waste to our environment, because it is actually piling up those waste in our environment. Okay, so it is very important to check is any the type of residue it's left after the combustion process is over. Okay, so a good fuel is that which does not leave a lot of residue behind it. Okay, so it is very important to see the fuel which we are using is a good fuel or not. So if it is harmful for environment, or if it produces a lot of smoke, it produces a lot of residue, then it causing harm to our environment. Okay, and it is not a good fuel. So now the question is, how do we know which fuel produces harmful gases and how much energy? And we know the characteristics of a good fuel. So the good fuel is one which generate more energy. So how do we calculate the amount of energy that is produced by the fuel? How do we measure the amount of energy produced by the fuel? That is called a calorific value. Okay, the amount of energy produced by a fuel is measured in a calorific value. So calorific value of a fuel is the amount of heat energy produced on complete combustion of 1 kg of a fuel. So that is what we want, the amount of heat energy produced during burning. Okay. So during burning, it will undergo a reaction where we get energy, where it release energy, or we can say where we get a energy. So the amount of heat energy that is produced to complete after the completion of a combustion is measured in calorific value. That is called a calorific value of a fuel. So higher the calorific value of a fuel, that means higher the heat energy produced by that fuel. Okay. So, and the unit in which it is measured is kilojoule per kg. Joule is the unit of energy and kg is the unit of mass. So the amount of fuel that is being burned to produce energy in terms of joule, so therefore the unit is kilojoule per kg. So let us look out the calorific value of various fuel. When we talk about coal, so what will be the calorific value of coal? It is somewhere around 25,000 to 33,000 kilojoule per kg. That means 1 kg of coal is completely burned to produce 25,000 to 33,000 of kilojoule per kg of heat energy. So if we talk about petrol, it is 45,000 to 50,000 kilojoule per kg. In case of LPG, 55,000 kilojoule per kg. So you see, now it seems to be very easy to decide which is a better fuel in terms of the amount of energy produced. So the highest the calorie is, highest the calorific value is the fuel is called a better fuel. Okay, so this is a better as compared to these. So let us take an example of biogas. So biogas is formed from the remain of dead plants and animals. So biogas has a calorific value of 35,000 to 40,000 kilojoule per kg. You think wood have a calorific value of 17 to 28,000 kilojoule per kg. So these are the calorific value of some of the fuel. So if I ask you that in terms of amount of energy produced, which is the better fuel out of all these, so the best fuel will be LPG and the worst one is the wood. So that's how calorific value is able to decide the heat productivity of a fuel. So now that we understood what is combustion, which kind of substances undergo combustion, now what do you think that combustion, what do you think? Do you think that combustion can happen in just any time? So just like a paper can burn at any time. The paper can just burn on its own at any time. So if every time having fire anywhere, so everything would have been burned by now. If everything catches fire very easily, then it is very easy that everything will catch fire again and again and nothing will be left. If everything will be burned by its own any time, then had that been the case, where every time it would have been fire, then anything will not be left by us. Okay? Everything will get burned. So for catching fire, there are certain criteria which needs to be fulfilled. So only because of this, that criteria, the combustion will take place. Okay, so here we will talk about the 3 important criteria which is important for combustion to happen. First is fuel. So you need to have a substance which easily catches fire. For combustion, air is important. So what happened during combustion? The substance reacting with oxygen. So if there will be no oxygen, there will be no reaction. Okay. Next is heat. Why do we need heat? The question is, why do we need heat? We need heat because we need to increase the temperature of the substance to a certain temperature so that it can catch fire. Okay. So now we're gonna talk about each of these points one by one in our next video. Okay. Thank you. Now I'm gonna provide you a worksheet which you have to do in your fair notebook and then submit it on before the submission date. Thank you.